For coaching round three, I observed Amanda Stein, which is a mathematics teacher at my local high school. Amanda has been teaching for 4 years and seemed excited about my interest in observing in her class. I chose math because this was my favorite subject in high school, and with inquiring, she was teaching one of my favorite topics, operations of complex numbers, day two. To facilitate each part of the coaching cycle, I used the protocol that was provided during week 5 as a guide to gather information about the lesson and streamline the process to focus on specific aspects of the lesson. So, Miss Amanda, I am very excited to be interviewing you for this process. So, we'll just go ahead and jump right into it. What are the specific learning objectives for this lesson?
The students will apply their knowledge of complex numbers to perform the basic operations of addition and subtraction. The sum and or difference should be written in the form of A plus BI, which is standard form.
Okay. What techniques and strategies will be used during the lesson?
Class dialogue and or debate, collaborative groups, modeling, student presentations, focus groups for students that struggle, and peer tutoring or peer teaching.
Okay. What materials will be used to conduct the lesson? How does the teacher know if the materials are appropriate for the targeted students?
The materials that will be used to facilitate the lesson include the Chromebook, graphic calculator, Promethean board, Promethean slate, addition and subtraction class activity, the extra practice worksheet, also visual representations, and the teaching tools for the lesson will support the learning needs for all types of learners, whether visual, kinesthetic, auditory, or reading and writing.
Wow. Okay. So, how do these objectives and materials fit into the teacher's long term curricular plans, like the units of study and the content skills?
Complex numbers is part of the quadratic unit and is a key concept that will be used when we get to solving quadratics.
What assessment information was used in lesson preparation?
The students completed a 5-question assessment at the end of the lesson yesterday, and the data from that activity is being used to guide instruction today. Several of the students struggled with the concept of I as a representation of an imaginary number, and I will review imaginary numbers and the concept of I before we start today's lesson.
How will the teacher differentiate instruction as part of the planned lesson?
I do have English language learners, and they usually struggle with vocabulary. And to reinforce content vocabulary, students will complete a vocabulary activity in Edgenuity, MyPath. The activity provides the correct spelling, pronunciation, and definition in context. There will also be an instructional video, which will also be used to reinforce the concept on adding and subtracting complex numbers. And the students can also receive instruction in their native language. For my special needs students, a graphic organizer will be used to help students identify the terms that are alike and can be combined. The Line It Up graphic organizer will be provided to students to guide the process of adding and subtracting complex numbers. I gifted students will use their Chromebooks to complete an interactive practice activity in MyPath. The level of difficulty will be based on the student ability. Once the student completes the activity, a short assessment will be given to determine mastery. And for those that finish early, need additional support, I'll provide a practice worksheet to work on while others finish or complete additional practice in MyPath.
Okay. So, discuss and document major theories supporting the classroom instructional approaches, grouping arrangements, motivation, as well as classroom routines.
The theories that I see supporting the classroom instructional approaches are social and behavior, as well as cognitive. The students work together on a regular basis to complete class assignments and tasks. The students are grouped in most instances on skill level and ability. And I do take time at the start of each semester to teach students and set expectations. And this usually, and usually through observation, I see the students know how to respond with various cues and changes in activities.
Okay. So how will or how could technology be integrated into the lesson?
Technology will be used to facilitate direct instruction in student presentations. The student will use their Chromebooks for differentiation activities within the lesson. It will also be used for extra practice activities as well as tickets out the door.
Which students in particular would you like the coach to observe and why?
There are two students that I struggle with keeping engaged due to their attention span. These students are serviced under an IEP and are provided the extra support in the classroom. So I just want you to observe those students and see how they reflect, see how they respond in class.
Okay. Okay, so this includes our pre-observation.